No one can help me. I've tried driving with my lights on. I've tried sounding my horn. I scream out the window. I roll the window down and bang on the side of the door and play Public Enemy real loud. I've prayed to St. Francis of Assisi, St. Christopher too. The heck? I've tried everything a person can do. And still, every week, I plow into at least one deer. I have hit 13 deer in the past 7 weeks driving down this road, mister. And I have to drive down this road, 40 miles back and forth to work. I have to drive to work, and I have to drive home. Where did they come from? He's dead. And I love deer.
Okay. So this is a crazy situation. Deer are killing themselves in front with your car. 2 a week. Okay. So a gentleman, you've just hit the 13th deer.
I presumed.
Yeah, and a gentleman has stopped to say, "Can I help you?"
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be a franticness to this. Okay, I want you to try it again. Panicked. You do not know why this is happening. What do we know about this woman? What kind of clues are you getting from the monologue? What can you tell me about her way of life?
She spends just an absolute ungodly amount of time driving.
40 miles back and forth, yeah. What about her choices in life? What can you see from the monologue about her choices?
I see. Well, I assume the religious reference is. I'm trying to decide if it's offhanded or.
Well, she's praying.
Desperate.
She's praying, right?
Yeah.
So she is a Catholic woman, a good Catholic woman. She prays to St. Francis of Assisi, St. Christopher. And she doesn't say what the fuck. She doesn't say what the hell. She says what the heck.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so the choice to play Public Enemy is really outside her her musical tastes.
I noted that definitely as being that thing.
Okay. So let's try it again. Like, you've lived a good Christian life, and yet God is punishing you for some reason. And you're totally frustrated with it, right? So panic.
Okay.
Okay. Can I help you?
No, you can't help me. No one can help me. I've tried driving with my lights on. I've tried sounding my horn. I scream out the window. I roll the window down and bang on the side of the door and play Public Enemy real loud. I've prayed to St. Francis of Assisi, St. Christopher too. What the heck, I've tried everything a person can do. And still, every week I plow into at least one deer. I've hit 13 deer in the past 7 weeks driving down this road, mister. And I have to drive down this road, 40 miles back and forth to work. I have to drive to work and I have to drive home. Where did they come from? He's dead. I love deer.
Okay, better intensity. I think we can ratchet it up even more. So how we're going to do that is we're going to break it down into 3 different sections. The first section being the things that you're trying to do. And so we'll take it right up to, so we want to build. Okay, build the intensity with each one until you get to what the heck. Then take a beat, what the heck, right? And you can bring it back down. So I want to build, boom, 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 like that, okay? And then back down, and then you're standing at the side of your door. I want you to picture yourself. You're on a road now. This road, there's fields all around. There's no cover for these deer, right? It's just flat field like prairie. Right? And somehow still they're surprised, they're coming out of nowhere and jumping out in front of you. So where do they come from has a lot more meaning if you have a good clear picture of this road that you're on. So you'll walk back to the deer and you'll like squat down beside the deer, maybe stroke its neck or something. And the last couple of lines, where do they come from? He's dead, and I love deer. That's the true sadness of the moment. Okay, so you got 3 parts. Okay, build, and then bring it back down, and then you're just explaining what's going on, and then the sadness at the end. Okay, last time. Here we go.
Okay.
Can I help you, ma'am?
No, you can't help me. No one can help me. I've tried driving with my lights on. I've tried sounding my horn. I scream out the window. I've rolled the window down and bang on the side of the door and play Public Enemy real loud. I have prayed to St. Francis of Assisi, St. Christopher too. What the heck? Tried everything a person can do. Still, every week, I plow into at least one deer. I've hit 13 deer in the past 7 weeks driving down this road, mister. I have to drive down this road, 40 miles back and forth to work. I have to drive to work and I have to drive home. Where do they come from? He's dead. And I love deer.
Okay. Good. How did that feel?
Having direction of where she was helped a bit because I wasn't sure if, like, are we resigned at this point from the beginning? Are we panicked?
Yeah. When you take a monologue, these are the things: where am I? What time of day is it? What's the weather like outside? Paint a real picture of yourself. Put yourself in that scene. Because, I mean, if you're using this for an audition piece, you're just in a room with a camera pointed at you and two lights. So you have to put yourself in this place, in that imagination world. Okay. And I think there's still that was super honest. Okay. That I believed you in this third reading of it. But there's way more panic that can be brought out. You have to let yourself go. And you can start off, no, you can't help me. Start off big. No one, and then bring it down. No one can help me. But she's crying. You start off in this huge panic. It's the 13th fucking deer you've hit in 7 weeks. It's just insane. You're a good Christian woman, and these deer keep killing themselves, and you have no choice. You have to drive down this road. There's no other way, right? You can't quit your job. Right, but you're at the point where you might have to quit your job because these deer keep killing themselves. It's a real life struggle for you. Okay, you can sit and listen to me work with the other actors, or you can take it away, work on it a little bit more, and come back and do a final performance at the end of the class.
I'd like to see you work with the other actors,
absolutely.
honestly.
Absolutely. Okay, so we're gonna come over to Emily now. Emily, you want to join us on the big screen, please?
All right.
There you are. Okay, so just your own interpretation of it, please. And don't play Julia Roberts. I want Emily.
I've never seen the movie.
Oh, good, perfect, good. Okay.
Completely fresh.
Okay, so fresh, and then we'll give you some direction. Away you go.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, see, now that pisses me off. First of all, since the dumber, we now have more than 400 plaintiffs. And let's be honest, we all know there's more out there. Now, they may not be the most sophisticated people, but they do know how to divide. And $20 million isn't shit when it's split between them. And second of all, these people don't dream about being rich. They dream about being able to watch their kids swim in a pool without worrying they'll have to have a hysterectomy at age 20, like Rosa Diaz, a client of ours. Or have their spine deteriorate like Stan Bloom, another client of ours. So, before you come back here with another lame-ass offer, I want you to think real hard about what your spine is worth, Mr. Buddha. Or what you'd expect somebody to pay you for your uterus, Ms. Sanchez. Then you take out your calculator and multiply that number by 100. Anything less than that is a waste of our time.
Okay, good. How'd that feel?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of looked up the movie to see what the context was.
Okay, good. Doing a little research. Always
yes.
a good idea. So you know what the context is then, that a company
Vaguely,
has
yeah.
been poisoning the groundwater, and people have been getting very carcinogenic groundwater, just swimming pools, showers, and stuff like that. Okay, and they've denied their responsibility, and she has put her whole life on hold. She has 2 kids. She's a real person. Erin Brockovich is a real person, right? This is a true story.
Yeah.
And it actually, at the time, ends up being the largest settlement in U.S. court history she gets for them. And she becomes so famous, they make a movie with Julia Roberts playing her. Right? Be careful with playing the words. Your reading of it, quite angry, quite sarcastic, right? But you've got them by the balls.
Okay.
You've got
she has like
you
the
have
power.
the power, yeah. So
Okay.
one of the things, so what the first line of pisses me off, what is it that's pissing you off? What exactly do you think it is that makes you say, now that pisses me off? What is that?
Is it that they've like gave this bullshit settlement amount?
Yeah, it's a terrible offer.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? But you were expecting that. There's no surprises. A lawyer never asks a question that he doesn't know the answer to.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, one of the things that you can work on to find the power in this is your voice, your vocal register. Try not to get up into that high area of excited. Keep it calm and in a nice, okay?
Okay.
And take your time.
Yeah.
Power also through stillness, right?
Yeah.
All right, give it another go.
Okay. Oh, see, now that pisses me off.
I'm going to stop you right there. And I want you to go back and look at the video, and you'll see why I'm stopping you. Your face is all scrunched up.
It's because I'm reading it.
Yeah, but also the pisses me off. Those words are manifesting itself in your face. It doesn't piss you off. You were expecting it. Okay. You're absolutely not pissed off. You're giddy. You're giddy because you're going to make your clients, your law firm, and yourself a lot of money. You end up with $1 million out of this, and you're a poor working class single mother.
Okay.
Right? So you're giddy with excitement, and you're not a lawyer. You're just somebody that works for the law firm that was pissed off at this company and took it upon herself to go and sign up all these plaintiffs.
Okay.
You put all the work in, and the lawyer said, you know what? You take the meeting. He's sitting right beside you. Normally he would talk, but he's so impressed with you. He's actually just laughing throughout. It's Albert Finney, I believe, and he's laughing throughout the whole scene because he knows. Okay, so power from confidence. You're giddy with excitement. Okay, and again, please.
Oh, see, now that pisses me off. First of all, since the demur, we now have more than 400 plaintiffs. And let's be honest, we all know that there's a lot more out there. Now, they may not be the most sophisticated people, but they do know how to divide. And $20 million isn't shit when it's split between them. And second of all, these people don't dream about being rich. They dream about being able to watch their kids swim in a pool without worrying they'll have to have a hysterectomy at age 20 like Rosa Diaz, a client of ours, or have their spine deteriorate like Stan Bloom, another client of ours. So, before you come back here with another lame-ass offer, I want you to think real hard about what your spine is worth, Mr. Buddha, or what you'd expect someone to pay you for your uterus, Miss Sanchez. Then you take out your calculator and multiply that number by 100. Anything less than that is a waste of our time.
Okay, good. Better, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so taking you to the next level of what I'd like you to try and accomplish is acting for the camera.
Okay.
When you watch this, you're going to see a lot of facial movement and a little bit of jogging back and forth with the body. okay? But look at where the camera is on you. It's cutting you off here and a little bit above your head. It's almost a close-up, right? So every little thing you do with your face, with your body, has to have a meaning. So do nothing. Do nothing. Just sit there still, throw it all away. Don't act. Just speak. Let the lines do the work for you. Be still. Try that. And keep working on lowering the register of your voice as well. It's a lot to think about. So take your time, think it through, and when you're ready, you begin.
Okay. Oh, see, now that pisses me off. First of all, since the dumber, we now have more than 400 planes.
Stop. Demur.
Dumber.
Yeah, the demur. Yeah.
Dumber.
Yeah.
Dumber.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, see, now that pisses me off. First of all, since the demur, we now have more than 400 plaintiffs. And let's be honest, we all know there's more out there. Now, they may not be the most sophisticated people, but they do know how to divide. And $20 million isn't shit when it's split between them. And second of all, these people don't dream about being rich. They dream about being able to watch their kids swim in a pool without worrying they'll have to have a hysterectomy at age 20, like Rosa Diaz, a client of ours, or have their spine deteriorate like Stan Bloom, another client of ours. So, before you come back here with another lame-ass offer, I want you to think real hard about what your spine is worth, Mr. Buddha, or what you'd expect someone to pay you for your uterus, Miss Sanchez. Then you take out your calculator and multiply that number by 100. Anything less than that is a waste of our time.
So much better. So much better. Yeah. Brava. Yeah.
Thank you.
Stillness is really important when acting for the camera.
Yeah.
Do not move unless it improves on stillness. Do not speak unless it improves on silence.
Yeah.
Okay. That's something a theater coach taught me, and while it applies to theater, it really applies to the camera.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're theater trained. The camera's a very different beast. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
So I want you to go back and watch this, and you'll still see the notes I gave you about facial movement. It was so much better this last reading, but there's still a little bit in there. But the voice, the voice, your register came way down, much lower. But I think the giddiness can do with more work as well.
Yeah.
Okay? This is a good piece for you to learn and make it a party piece for auditions and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
Okay? All right.
Cool.
Superb. I'm going to move on to Mr. Mitchell. David, do you have a camera?
I don't think he's here anymore.
Oh, he took off. Okay, then I guess we'll go to Nina. Nina, hello.
Hi.
There she is. Erin Brockovich 2. So you heard all the notes I gave. So you're lucky you get some notes already. Any questions before you begin?
No, I think I get it.
Do you want me to? Okay. Yeah, let's just do it in your own interpretation, and then I'll give you some challenges to work on a second one. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, see, now that pisses me off. First of all, since the demur, we now have more than 400 playing fields. And let's be honest, we all know there's more out there. Now, they may not be the most sophisticated people, but they do know how to divide. And $20 million isn't shit when it's split between them. And second of all, these people don't dream about being rich. They dream about being able to watch their kids swim in the pool without worrying they'll have to have a hysterectomy at the age 20, like Rosa Diaz, a client of ours. or have their spine deteriorate like Stan Bloom, another client of ours. So before you come back here with another lame ass offer, I want you to think real hard about what your spine is worth, Mr. Buddha, or what you'd expect someone to pay you for your uterus, Miss Sanchez. Then take out your calculator and multiply that number by 100. Anything less than that is a waste of our time.
Okay, well, the stillness was wonderful. Okay, there was no exaggerated movement or anything. You kept a very, very, very good stillness. Also, the idea of less is more was very strong in there, right? But I'd like to see more joy. You have them by the balls. They're gonna pay. And you've got them in the trap. They're trapped.
Right.
And you're just letting them know that you've got them trapped. They think they walked in and offered $1 million for 400 people. You know, ridiculous for their lives, for their spine, for their uterus. You know, what's 400 divided into $1 million? It's like $50,000 each. It's a lame ass offer, right? You were expecting this. There's no surprises. Okay, so enjoy the moment. Enjoy yourself. Yes, yes, and begin.
Oh, see, now that pisses me off. First of all, since the demure, we now have more than 400 playing fields. And let's be honest, we all know there's more out there. Now,
Hang on. That's so, you know, the demur, you had much less than 400 plaintiffs. Now you have 400. You're dropping this bomb, this truth bomb on them. And then the joy that you know that there's more out there. You've heard a lot more than these people, and I'm going to find them. You know I'm going to find them. You've seen the work I can do, right? Even more joy. You like the first line was beautiful. The shine in your eyes, the smile in your eyes. I don't know if you saw me in my camera going, yes, 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 like this. Build on that joy. Enjoy it even more, yeah? Have fun with it. Okay.
Okay. Oh, see, now that pisses me off. First of all, since the demure, we now have more than 400 plain fits. And let's be honest, we all know there's more out there. Now, they may not be the most sophisticated people, but they do know how to divide. And $20 million isn't shit when it's split between them. And second of all, these people don't dream about being rich. They dream about being able to watch their kids swim in the pool without worrying they'll have to have a hysterectomy at age 20, like Rosa Diaz, a client of ours. Or have their spine deteriorate like Stan Bloom, another client of ours. So before you come back here with yet another lame ass offer, I want you to think real hard about what your spine is worth, Mr. Buddha, or what you'd expect someone to pay for your uterus, Miss Sanchez. Then you take your calculator and multiply that number by 100. Anything less than that is a waste of our time.
Oh, that by 100, the way you said that, the spit in that was beautiful. That was really good. Yeah, how did that feel? Honest, yeah?
Yeah, it's good. It's hard to read such a, for me, like heartfelt text with like a joy. Like I've never.
Yeah, you want to play against the text. That's where the drama comes from.
Right?
Yeah.
Because yeah, it's very, I haven't been at that position of power where like, because it's such a tragedy she's talking about, it's so much, pain. And so like yeah, I guess like
but it's justice.
Finally win over, yeah.
You're giving out justice now, right? You know, it's It's like when Tartuffe gets dragged away by the police at the end. You know, it's like, yeah, the audience is, yeah, is going to stand up and cheer at this point, right?
Right.
So yeah, she definitely would be enjoying this moment immensely. She's neglected her children. She has this. Have you seen the movie?
I have long time ago.
Yeah, remember she has her motorcycle gangster boyfriend who's taking care of her children. She's neglecting her children and everything. She's put her life through the ringer, but willingly, because all these other people have been so stepped on by this corporation, right?
Right.
And, you know, fast forward 30, 40 years and corporations are getting away with more and more and more. So as an actor, you want to use what's in your life.
Right.
You know, this is a moment where you as an actor get to strike out at all the injustice that's going on in the world with these words. So you don't have, now that pisses me off. It doesn't piss you off.
Right.
You're winning.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. Let's try it one more time.
Again.
Deteriorate.
Deteriorate.
Deteriorate. Say it a few times so it's in your muscle memory.
Deteriorate.
Good. And I'm going to give you another challenge, but it's up to you whether you want to accept it or not. Your mission is to turn her into a Southern belle. See, now that pisses me off. Okay, try and do a Southern Texas accent with it, if you want.
Oh my God.
Well, I mean, you'll be called upon to do. I've had to speak German. I've had to speak Russian.
Oh yeah, I want to hear your Russian.
You want to hear? Me gotovo pogryzeniu.
Oh.
That was 10 years ago that I did that, and then they dub over it anyway. But you know, I've had to do all kinds of different languages, never mind accents, right?
Right.
And I mean, you'll get calls to be a beautiful dancer, background work, but if you want speaking roles, they're going to expect American accent. So start working on it, develop it. As an actor, you need to be able to not be afraid of it. They said to me, "Can you speak Russian?" I said, "I can learn."
Right. Yeah.
You speak Taiwanese? Yeah, I'll learn.
Yeah.
You know? Okay.
Yeah, but can I have a minute for that?
Yeah. Go away and practice. Yeah, go away and practice. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Kalen, you want to take another crack at it?
Yeah, sure.
So ratchet it way up now. Did you you know what? Let's take a quick boo at the actual video, okay?
Oh, I didn't look. I wanted to like just figure it out.
Oops, wait, I gotta share my sound too. I didn't share sound. Share screen, share computer sound,
Share everything.
Where are you? Get on. Now, I'm going to show you that normally you shouldn't watch another actor's performance because then you'll end up parodying hers. You still have to make this your own. There's a danger in what I'm about to do, okay? This still has, because if you start to parody her, you'll lose the honesty of it.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I didn't look it up because I was like, I'll just figure it out.
Yeah.
God, that reminds me of Illinois already from the thumbnail.
Can I help you, lady?
No, you can't help me. No one can help me. I've tried driving with my lights on. I've tried sounding my horn. I scream out the window. I roll the window down and bang on the side of the door and play Public Enemy real loud. I have prayed to St. Francis of Assisi, St. Christopher too. What the heck? I've tried everything a person could do, and still every week I plow into at least one deer. I have hit 13 deer in 7 weeks driving down this road, mister. And I have to drive down this road every day, 40 miles back and forth to work. I have to drive to work and I have to drive home. Where do they come from? dead. And I love deer.
So the ending there, I love deer. That's what I was talking about with the Erin Brockoviches, right? With the Erin Brockoviches is that I love deer. You can play it all sad and everything, but the way she just, I love deer. It's playing against the words, right? And that's where the drama is. And the reason I'm giving it to you, this piece to you, is I've only met you now. We've known each other about a month. We meet every now and then, but you keep everything pretty close to the chest, right?
Oh, that's only here.
I
It's
haven't
not.
seen your improv or anything, but that's why I chose this piece for you, to push you outside there, okay? And let you fly out with your emotions, okay?
A short aside, but like aside from improv, the other thing I do a lot is I play D&D every week, which is like a role-playing game, so
I
you
know.
get into character, all that jazz. I have literally cried at the table before. I've gotten so fucking into character and the
Yeah.
drama of it all that I
Right.
can go for it. Just how
Yeah.
hard do you want me to go?
Always give the director more than what he or she wants, and then they can shape it and bring it back. Okay, don't be afraid to go over the top. But I mean, that's risky too. It still has to be honest. It still has to be truthful, right? You see with her, it starts off pretty high, and when you start off pretty high, there's nowhere too high. There's nowhere to build on, but she manages to build on it each time. And so the what the heck is even more angry and emotional than I roll down the window and bang on the side of the door. The what the heck is even higher than that. So even though she starts off really emotional high, she's still building it, right? And then there's this part two where she's just explaining what's going on. It's still very emotionally charged, but it's pada, 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 rap, rap, rap. So you build in nuance to it. And it's a really difficult piece. It's not an easy piece, but why don't you take it away, rehearse it for 5 minutes, and then come back, okay? Because you'll need some time to get yourself into that frame of mind, okay? I want to work with Emily a bit more.
Gotcha.
And you just shut us off, mute us, and even walk away. Go walk around your room with the piece. Do you have it printed or on your phone or something?
It's on my phone.
Yeah. Okay, go play with it and come back.
Okay.
Okay, see you in a bit. Emily,
Hello.
what more can we do with yours? Can you say something again? I didn't get you on the big screen. Talk.
Hello. Am I
There you are. Now you're on the big screen. Okay.
hearing?
What more can we do with yours? We could do the Southern Belle, because she is a Southerner, so you can work on the accent a little bit easier for you than for Nina. Oh, you froze. You froze.
Yeah.
Oh.
Am I?
You know what we should also do is get you closer to the camera, so we got your
Okay.
yeah. Okay, so I want to extreme close up.
Okay.
Okay, and picture yourself in the you're in the I think hair up.
All
Hair
right.
up. You're in the boardroom. This is how would your hair be if you're in the
Yeah.
boardroom, right? You've got your best clothes on, right? This is the most important meeting of your life. But I really want to see the joy in this, okay? A lot more joy and stillness, and play against the text.
Okay. Oh, see, now that pisses me off. First of all, since the demur, we now have more than 400 plaintiffs.
Time out. Remember the voice.
Oh, yes.
First of all.
Slower.
Yeah. Again, please.
Okay. Oh, see, now that pisses me off. First of all, since the demur, we now have more than 400 plaintiffs. And let's be honest, we all know there's a lot more out there. Now, they may not be the most sophisticated people, but they do know how to divide. And $20 million isn't shit when it's split between them. And second of all, these people don't dream about being rich. They dream about being able to watch their kids swim in a pool without worrying they'll have to have a hysterectomy at age 20, like Rosa Diaz, a client of ours, or have their spine deteriorate like Stan Bloom, another client of ours. So, before you come back here with another lame-ass offer, I want you to think real hard about what your spine is worth, Mr. Buddha, or what you'd expect someone to pay you for your uterus, Ms. Sanchez. Then you take out your calculator and multiply that number by 100. Anything less than that is a waste of our time.
Yeah, yeah. And I could really feel the when you talk to Miss Sanchez, like that you were saying, you bitch. You know that.
Yeah.
I
you.
got that. There is such animosity towards her, even though you're killing with your smile, killing with kindness.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was much better. Unfortunately, I don't know how the end video is going to show up, but for me, it kind of lagged a bit, and then
Okay.
yeah, but we'll see how the end video showed up. But yeah, nice stuff. So I don't think there's much more we can do with Robin when we're only getting 3 or 4 people per class. So I want to kind of start moving this into this kind of acting class.
Mm-hmm.
So the choice is yours. I can give you another monologue to work on for the next time you come, or you can choose one, but you'd have to send it to me so I'm familiar with it.
Okay.
Would you like me to give you one, or why don't you try Dear Woman, actually?
Dear Woman? Okay.
Yeah, the one that Kalen's been working on.
Okay.
You can copy it from the chat.
From the chat, yeah.
And you heard all the notes I was giving her, and you watched the video, yeah?
Yeah.
Completely different from...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very different
Yeah.
vibe happening.
Okay, cool. Good work. Thanks, Emily. Nina!
Yeah.
Nina, you're on mute.
Yep.
Again?
Hello? Hello?
There you are. Okay, you're there. Okay, so this is your final performance. Okay, just keep finding more joy in it, and if you want to, don't worry if you don't succeed with the accent completely. Just try.
Yeah, I'll try.
And then you'll be able to look back. I'll post the video to the Ford Actors Group, and you can go back and listen to it and pick it apart yourself. Okay.
I think I'll be much more joyful with Southern accent because, like, I was now that pisses me off.
Cowgirl. I'm a cowgirl.
Yeah.
Howdy. Find that kind of hook and then just go for it, right? Remember with Tartuffe, I was doing a French accent. I was doing a Donald Trump accent. They weren't good, but I was playing with it and discovering it. And each time I spoke, it was getting a little bit better each time. There's no shame in failure here, right?
Right.
Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Oh, see now, that pisses me off. First of all, since the demurrer, we now have more than 400 plaintiffs. And let's be honest, we all know there are more out there. Now, they may not be the most sophisticated people, but they do know how to divide. And $20 million in shit when it's split between them. Second of all, these people don't dream about being rich. They dream about being able to watch their kids swim in the pool without worrying they'll have to have a hysterectomy at age 20. Like Rosa Diaz, a client of ours. Or have their spine deteriorate like Stan Bloom, another client of ours. So, before you come back here with yet another lame ass offer, I want you to think real hard about what your spine is worth, Mr. Buddha, or what you'd expect someone to pay you for your uterus, Miss Sanchez. Then you take out your calculator and multiply that number by 100. Anything less than that is a waste of our time.
Yeah. I did. I think there's maybe 3 words in there where I heard that you were Russian. Okay. Now, there were a lot more where I was like, okay, this is an actor trying a Southern accent. But there were also some honest Southern accent stuff in there too. So you're on your way. You're definitely, for the first time trying it, that's a really good first attempt. Okay.
I felt like I was over the top with all that.
Oh, way over the top. Way
yards,
over the top. Yeah. You wouldn't get the job. But it's your first time trying it, right? So
yeah.
you know that you can do this.
Any like tips on where can I find like proper Southern accent, like good videos, tips and stuff?
Sure. Just watch movies and well, everything that you read it out loud.
Right, in the Southern accent.
Listen, I remember like 1986, the first play I ever did. It was this huge, there was no characters in it. It was like a book. And the director just divided all the text up into 4 parts. Mm-hmm. And there were 4 actors, and we just stood on stage, and basically, it was called Offending the Audience. And it was just one long, like 50-page monologue. But then I'd have a half a page, and then somebody else would have half a page. But then somebody else would have a line in the middle of my half page. And then sometimes it was pada, 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 right? Line. And we highlighted the book. We each had a different color. And so I was green and Monica was pink and Brian was blah, blah, blah. So one day we're just sitting around doing a rehearsal. We're just sitting in the room on our couch. We're off book and we're just running the lines. And somebody started doing it with his line with a German accent. And then we just kicked off. It was stereotypical and racist and everything, but it's just a fun way to drive it through. And so every time we spoke, we had to come up with a different type of accent.
Right.
And so we just tried it. And that's all, try German accents, try French accents, doesn't matter, don't have to be specifically American. You just got to find a hook in there. There's lots of movies where they play Southern belles. I mean, you go back to Gone with the Wind. That'll be the first one that comes to mind, right?
To me, it's like Hank Williams.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
That was
playing. Yeah.
Yeah, like.
But that's like Stephen Colbert talks about it because he was his basis is in improv in the Chicago group Second City. And then he worked with Dana Carvey, who is also a master of doing accents. And they don't practice and study the nuance of each word. They just get a hook in there. Just some little word that they would say. And they'll say that over and over again, and it drives the accent. And then they just trust themselves and they go for it. And when you fail, it's funny. Right. Now, and so it depends on the situation. If you're doing improv, then that failure is funny, and that's what you're going for. You want to make the audience laugh.
Right.
But
when you're doing an honest thing like that, like sound a bit like normal sound that are not
you
like
were out of the scene, right? Yeah.
Like
watching speaking of Robin Hood, when Kevin Costner did Robin Hood and just refused to do a British accent. It was like totally unbelievable then, right? That's why it failed as a movie, mostly because he refused to try the accent.
Right.
So, I'm one to talk. I didn't do a Scottish accent in Sukkot, but the director didn't want me to. I was like, thank God, because Scottish is really hard.
Yeah.
Really hard.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have been successful with it, and it would have just destroyed the character, right? So.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing of it. Like you can hit the bottoms, but when the top's over the tops, like I wish I knew where they are and how to bring them. I kind of hear where they are, but I don't know how to. Yeah.
Well, this is a good piece for you to practice, and if you're going to audition for plays and stuff like that, they might give you a side, but sometimes they say come in with two pieces. They're contrasting.
Yeah, for sure.
And so you can go in and you introduce yourself, and they hear that you're Russian, and then you, okay, what have you got for us? And then you come out with this very polished Southern American, not South American, Southern America accent. What was the audition for Carnage that they did it to the lab a few years back? I did a New York street guy.
Right.
Well, how was it last night? We looked all over the place for you. It was fucking great, man. You missed the whole fucking thing, you know. And like, it just, whoa, where did that guy come from, right? Yeah.
Right.
Like Brooklyn is another fun one to do, or New York, right? Or Boston. You know, there's all kinds of different. Watch any Mark Wahlberg movie, or movie, or Ben Affleck movie. Right. You know, they do that Boston accent. That's a fun one to do too, right? And just have fun with it. But when you have to do it, you get the time to rehearse it, right? You record yourself, you listen to yourself, and you be super critical of it, and you look for the deteriorate. You know, you just use those hooks that pull you, drag you into it, right?
Deteriorate.
Yeah.
Deteriorate.
Watch his spine deteriorate.
Watch your spine deteriorate.
Like, how much is your spine worth, Mr. Buddha? Also, a Southern Belle, she talked much more slowly.
Right. Yeah.
That, yeah. So yeah, and you know, just start fooling around when you're out partying with your friends. During the 1988 Olympics in Calgary.
Yeah.
I was in this bar.
Yeah.
And I had a few to drink. I was talking to these two young ladies, and I put on a Russian accent. I pretended I was trainer for Rouge team. I put on this Russian, and I just went with it. I was like, second year acting school and into all this weird shit. And and I had them convinced I was trainer for Rouge team. I studied University Moscow. And,
yeah, you are convincing. You sound good. Yeah. I think Russian is, I mean, if you
one to do, you get to lower your register so much.
Yeah, and it's I think it's hard for some people to do the R, like the rolling R.
Unfortunately, I have the French background to have.
See, and that's what, once you get that, that's pretty. Like you make it choppy and not linked and very R-y, you know. Do you understand my English, darling?
Yeah, that's what I was going for when I was talking about the femme fatale, when I was trying to bring the Russian out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hello, darling.
Yeah.
Would you like to? Voulez-vous coucher avec moi?
Okay. Okay. Good stuff. Good work today. Yeah.
Okay. And thank you. And so, what's for Wednesday then?
You can work on the Deer Woman that Kalen was working on.
The Deer Woman. Okay.
I'm gonna think long and hard because we're only getting 3 or 4 people to these rehearsals. Robin requires much more. Right. And it requires men. We're not getting any men.
Yeah. Right.
We've given Jamie a lot of rehearsals. He's heard it. He's written a few new scenes.
Okay.
We always have it there. If we do get a group that's large enough, we can go and do some Robin work. But I want to start an acting class with you guys, and we can eventually move to scene work, where I can give you and Emily a scene that you can work on during the week and come back and present and stuff like that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I will think about it and write something in the group tomorrow or Wednesday about it. But work on Deer Woman for Wednesday.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Just stick around and see Kalen's final.
Yeah, for sure. Any directions on Dear Woman? Should it be just like, or do you want me to give it in Norman accent?
I wanted that level of franticness, right?
Okay.
Panicked stuff. It's got to be like that. It's a good piece for young actors to train on, because we all think we have to be so dramatic and emotional and everything, and this is release of all of that. And
right.
We're told not to do that, to keep it, bottle it inside. So I think it's a great piece to work on. Yeah.
No accents required there. No accents
I'll
required.
leave that up to you. I want honesty with it more than I want accents. So
Got it.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
You're very welcome. Kalen,
Howdy.
say
Still
something
here.
so we get you on. There we are. Okay.
Hi.
Do you need a minute to get into?
Yeah, I'm trying to like get back into.
Yeah.
Gotta like.
Ready? And then I'll walk up.
So worried
slowly.
about disturbing my family.
I'll feed you your line, okay? So I'll walk up slowly. Feed you your line. Just the breathing. Think about the breathing of it all. She's hyperventilating, right? So get yourself hyperventilating.
Yeah, I'm just like worried about like disturbing my family. It's not a soundproofed
I
house,
want
all
them
right.
to come running in and say, "What's the matter with you?" That would be great if we can do that. Then we know what you're doing.
It's just
You know you're in an act.
another weird thing I do. Yeah.
So get your breathing going, and when I think you're ready, I'll feed you your line. Can I help you, ma'am?
No, you can't help me. No one can help me. I've tried driving with my lights on. I've tried sounding my horn. I scream out the window. I roll the window down and bang on the side of the door and play Public Enemy real loud. I've prayed to St. Francis of Assisi, St. Christopher too. What the heck? I've tried everything a person can do. Still, every week I plow into at least one deer. I've hit 13 deer in the past 7 weeks driving down this road, mister. And I have to drive down this road 40 miles back and forth to work. I have to drive to work and I have to drive home. Where did they come from? He's dead. And I love deer.
Yeah. 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 There you go. Outside your comfort zone, yeah?
I'm a dramatic person. Let's go.
No, that was
Just tell me I can do it and I'll do it.
really, really good. I was worried that we were going to sacrifice the honesty for the emotional quality, but no, I still bought into that completely. That was fantastic. So now, nuance. Okay, breaking down the script and what syllables to accentuate. For example, I have to drive.
Yeah, even as I said it, I was like, shit, I didn't emphasize it. I knew I screwed it up.
That comes from marking up your script and circling things and underlining things and working it over and over again until you find all the nuance in it, right? So it doesn't become just da 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 da. You know, there's nuance to it. Yeah, but yeah, it's a really good start. Okay, so you also work on Erin Brockovich. Start adding that one to your party piece. And the next time you come back, we'll start doing that. All of you ladies, just everybody say something. Okay, you're there. Okay, Emily and Tina.
Yeah.
If you have something that you want to work on, if you want to work on a Shakespeare or something like that, please send it to me so I can familiarize myself with it and better direct you on it. Okay. Let me show you another place that you can go to for. So. Okay.
Do we have access to this Google Drive?
This is you only have access to Robin.
Right.
You have access to your own Google Drive. So Stage Milk. I'll copy the link to you guys in the chat. Okay, so Shakespeare. This is theater monologues. Okay, female Shakespeare monologues. Okay. But anyway, this is a resource for you. I'll copy that and paste it into the, hey, where's chat? Chat. Alt H, okay. Okay. I guess I have to stop share. Do I have to stop share? Did you get it in the chat?
It is not there. I just
Oh, okay,
looked it up.
I have to stop sharing. There we go. Stage milk. Oh, I don't have to share it with you to. And the other one is, this is more for film monologues.
Okay.
And copy this. Okay. Oh, I mean, it's the internet. You can find things anywhere, right? Lots of stuff out there.
Good to have a little direction.
Okay, but yeah, you have to send it to me. Give me a couple of days to play with it. So if I'm familiar with it, I need to know in order to best direct you with it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions?
So on Wednesday, we're just gonna work on the scenes like now?
Well, that's what I was saying earlier. If we don't have enough people, there's no point in doing Robin. My goal with Robin was to read it enough times that Jamie can hear it and fine tune his script. If Jamie has something he wants to have read and we have the people to read it, that is going to remain our priority. But I don't see how it's possible to actually stage it. If someday we can get 13 to 15 people to come to a live rehearsal, yeah, we'll do a table read of it. We'll try and put it on its feet. Yeah. But I don't think there's much more I can do with it, given the limitations of Zoom and the numbers of people that are coming, right? We need men.
Where are they, by the way? Are they gonna read?
I don't know. Anyway, so but I really enjoy this format of working with, like, meeting new people, working and getting a chance to direct people is so much fun for me. So I want to try and keep this going and evolve it into whatever it becomes. Okay. All right. Okay. So Nina, thank you very much. Any questions or final thoughts?
Thank you so much. It was very
You did good work today. You did great work. Emily, any final thoughts?
No, thanks for the
My pleasure. Kalen?
Just thank you. I'm grateful for a chance to practice and for
Thank
someone
you,
to
ladies.
direct.
Thank you, ladies. It's my pleasure. For ZoomHearsals, I'm Coach Stu. Bye-bye.